Hello and welcome to the 2019 Youth Shrine Bowl 7th grade edition. I'm Alan Hooker alongside Austin Hooker, and we've had the pleasure of spending time this week with both of these teams. The state of North Carolina has combed the state to find the best athletes they possibly can to compete against the Sandlappers of 7th grade. Austin, you've had an opportunity to walk around and be at practice with these kids all week. Tell me what you've seen.
Well, I got the opportunity to see the mock scrimmage between the 7th grade North Carolina and South Carolina teams. The South Carolina team looked very good during the mock scrimmage. They won the mock scrimmage. They ran the ball very efficiently. Their O-line really created a new line of scrimmage. But the North Carolina team also will have a 3-quarterback rotation. It'll be kind of hard for them to really prosper with this rain coming through for Sunday.
So we're looking at North Carolina didn't fare well in the mock scrimmage. South Carolina outperformed them. And it has been tradition that the team that wins the mock scrimmage normally does not fare well in the game. Well, Austin, any last predictions of what you anticipate happening in this game?
Well, of course that the teams will both have fun. It'll be a good sight to see the North Carolina prevail throughout this game, even with the rain, but hopefully we'll see a good game.
All right, stay tuned with all the hot action right here on the Youth Shrine Bowl 2019.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you the 7th grade roster for the South Carolina squad. Number 10, Travis Anderson. Number 2, Tyler Williams. Number 3, Ian Grissom. Number 3, Free Morris. Number 5, Tim Boyd. Number 7, Zachary Rogers. Number 10, Travis Anderson. Number 11, Elgin Sessions. Number 12, Ryan Hutchinson. Also number 12, Shane Phillips Albert. Number 13, Chase Simmons. Number 20, Calvin Choice. Number 21, Aaron Griffin. Number 24, Alonzo Allen. 28, Nigel McFadden. Number 33, Bashiri Murray. Number 35, Elisha Baker. Number 37, Noah Gilchrist. Number 45, Kyle Baldwin. Number 50, Dallas Villanueva. Number 55, Stephen Hill. Number 57, Ethan Sims. Number 74, Hunter Taylor. Number 75, Charles Bean. Number 82, Jaden Paradise. Number 84, Thomas Stewart. And number 99, Donnell Crawford. The South Carolina squad led by assistant coach Alan Brothers, Ryan Boyd, Paul Bossy, Derek Beach, and their head coach is Antonio Moore.
Announce the coaches.
Correction. The South Carolina coaches assisted Frenzy Smalls, Travis Scales, Aaron Powell, head coach Chris Metzger. Correction. Head coach Perry Parks. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the 7th grade roster for your North Carolina Tar Heels. Number 1, Turner McSwain. Number 2, Jaquel Brooks. Also number 2, Xavier Allen Best. Also number 2, Hezekiah Rudisill Smith. Number 3, Jamari Joe. Also number 3, Tajay Simpson. Number 8, Brandon Saunders. Number 10, Jason McFadder. Number 11, Herbert McNeil. Number 13, Eric Gladney. Also number 13, Cole Lineberger. Number 20, Joshua France. Number 21, Micah Quick. Number 24, Elijah Seaford. Number 24, Tevin Council. Number 30, Jamari Graham. Number 36, Juvea Smith. Number 40, Gabe Hensley. Number 54, Nicholas Johnson. Number 56, Darius Battle. Number 75, Zamaria Lassiter. Number 78, Caleb Sugar. Number 90, Naquavion Davis. Number 96, Leland LaGuire. The Tar Heels are led by head coach Chris Metzger. Assisted by Sam Cole, Aaron Powell, Travis Scales, and Freezy Small. North Carolina, are you ready?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Game 2 of the day. 7th grade teams from North Carolina Tar Heels versus the 7th grade team of the South Carolina Sandlappers. I am Alan Hooker, your host, alongside Mr. Austin Hooker. Austin, thank you so very much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So, Austin, you've had an opportunity all week long to work with the 7th grade teams. Let's talk about, first of all, what you saw in the North Carolina teams that impressed you.
I feel like the North Carolina team, the coaches did an amazing job on preparing them for this game, being disciplined throughout the whole side of the field. On the South Carolina team, they have a lot of talent on both sides of the field, including amazing, large-sized linemen on the offensive and defensive line.
Let's talk a little bit about some of those linemen. You had an opportunity to chat with them early on this week, and I know that you were really impressed with Caleb Sugar.
Yes, he also plays O-line and D-line. On the offensive line, he is the leader of the offensive line on the North Carolina team.
And he's from Ahoskie, North Carolina, which they got good football coming out of there. You got Timmy Newsom, who played for the Dallas Cowboys. And you also have several other guys who played Power 5. So he comes from a strong, rich football area. And let's talk a little bit about the South Carolina side of the ball. You were really impressed with the quarterback that you talked about earlier this week.
Yeah, the quarterback, number 3. Quarterback number 3, Grissom, has a Dallas Cowboys helmet on. He is not afraid to throw the ball. He throws it with great accuracy and great power. I can't wait to watch him play tonight.
Yeah, he's coming out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, where they have strong football out of there. Now, you talked a little bit about a couple of his targets that you liked a lot.
Yes, number 7, Rogers. He runs amazing routes. He has a way to get open. He has great feet. He comes off the ball really strong. He's from Richburg, South Carolina, by the way.
So, now also, we see Rogers. He's also one of their kick return specialists.
Yes.
And I don't know, and based off what we saw with the earlier game, I do anticipate the ball going a little deeper this on the kickoff. If Rogers fields the ball, what's a prediction that you think would happen?
He would definitely get the ball across from the 50 if the ball reaches him, first of all.
Now, one guy that we haven't talked a whole lot about, he's kind of like the Swiss Army knife, and that is Mr. Boyd wearing number 5. We saw him do some things at quarterback this week.
Yes. Yeah, during the scrimmage this week, he had an experience at quarterback, touching the ball. He ran the ball for about 35 yards. It looked amazing. He also will go into slot.
So kicking off for North Carolina is number 13, Eric Gladney Jr. from Summerfield, North Carolina. And Eric just sniffed the ball. This is the South Carolina ball right there on the 40.
South Carolina ball in the South
Now,
Carolina 40.
traditionally, what has happened is if you win the scrimmage, you lose the game. And so yesterday, North Carolina 6th grade demolished South Carolina in the scrimmage. But came back for the game, and South Carolina won the contest. So here, let's see if this happens again today, Austin, because North Carolina did not win the scrimmage yesterday.
No,
South Carolina looked extremely strong. Starting at quarterback is Mr. Boyd, and he runs off around the left side. He's being chased by a host of tacklers, and Boyd kicks up for a gain of 17 yards down to the North Carolina 18.
That play down was a great block by number 20, Calvin Choice.
Down on the 22-yard line, that was Boyd. What made that play effective, Austin?
Number 20, Calvin Choice, was to pick up on the corner, allowing him to reach the edge and get around to the field.
And Calvin Choice is a special athlete, too.
Yeah,
he has
linebacker as well.
South Carolina coming into this game loaded. I mean, when they say they go out to get the best of the best, they really do a good job of combing the states and finding the top players.
Number 3, Grissom at quarterback.
So Grissom hands the ball to Choice around the outside. So Austin, you played the quarterback position in high school, and you had an opportunity to watch Grissom. What do you like about his style of play?
I like his fluid motion, how he's not nervous when he's around and under the center. I like how he speaks to his team. He speaks with great enthusiasm,
and he lets them know that they can finish out the play. Here we go. It is 2nd and a long 4. Grissom calling the signals, having choice in the backfield. To his far left, he has Boyd, and he throws it to the right side and tipped up, and it is picked off by North Carolina. He is running down the sideline. He could go all the way. Grissom in pursuit, but they can't pull him. It is Jaquan Brooks. I'm sorry, Xavier Allen, linebacker DB from Whiteville, North Carolina. Those 80-plus yards, that could be a Youth Shrine Bowl interception record. Xavier Allen out of Whiteville, North Carolina. And you know, the sad thing about that, Austin, I know you know, when this thing look in the stat book, it's going to show Grissom with a pick 6, but actually, Grissom actually made a good read, threw a good ball, and it just slipped right through Rogers' hands.
Mishaps happen with the receivers, with quarterback. It'll be okay.
And so now, at quarterback position, South Carolina, you got number 10, Anderson. He rolls right to the right. He has a man, and he hits him, and it is good.
Deshaun McFadden, quarterback.
North Carolina, 8.
Number 13, Cole Robinson. That was a great rollout. That was a great rollout by McFadden to the boundary of the field.
And the receiver did a real good job in boxing out. He played a little rebound positioning. He boxed out the DB to ensure that McFadden got the ball to him. He released it a little late, but it was a good ball, good for 2. And now North Carolina will be kicking off again. And here we are, just 10 minutes and 29 seconds remaining in the first quarter. North Carolina is on the board. 8. The South Carolina 0.
That was a great job by North Carolina, taking advantage of the great field position created by their defense.
So Eric Gladney, back to redeem himself. He is going to kick off. Eric Gladney is a 7th grader at Northern Middle School. Eric, straight A student. His father is a pastor, and they pastor a church in Summerfield, North Carolina. Eric Gladney, with a good kick that time, gets it down to the 27. Choice picks up the ball, and it's swarmed down by groups of North Carolina. Here we are, South Carolina back at the helm again. Ball appears to be on the 30-yard line. Play is interrupted by officials. Timeout, North Carolina.
Timeout, North Carolina. That's their first charge timeout.
So with 10 minutes, 16 seconds remaining, over here we have the 8th grade team sitting and awaiting, and it is so awesome that those guys come out to support the younger groups. But I can just imagine while they're sitting out here in the rain, they are anticipatingly waiting to get out on the field. We'll be right back with more hot action right here with the Youth Shrine Bowl. Welcome back to the action. I'm Alan Hooker with Austin Hooker, former quarterback at Ragsdale High School. Mishandle of the snap. South Carolina recovers. Looks like they will retain possession. Loss of 2. Move them back. So that carry will go to Grissom on the 28-yard line. Grissom hands the ball to Choice, and oh my goodness, deep in the backfield. We talked a little bit about this gentleman earlier, Leland LaQuarrie, number 96. And also, Leland, big boy, Cherokee, North Carolina. Here we go, South Carolina. Back with the ball, 3rd down and forever. They throw a screen to Boyd, the athlete. He gets away from one would-be tackler, but ends up with 0 gain.
The screen throw, and it was a miss block by the slot receiver to the cornerback who made the tackle.
So we're going into 4th down, and so now it's an automatic. The coaches from North Carolina are going to take. From South Carolina are going to take the automatic punt. And the officials are going to walk off the yards as we exchange. North Carolina getting ready to come back. Number 10 at quarterback, Jason McFadden, is from Laurinburg, North Carolina. And they are known for a tremendous amount of athletes. The Laurinburg Institute originated there. A lot of athletes came down, and some just stayed from all over the country. And now we're seeing some of the fruits of that labor with great athletes like McFadden calling the signals from the quarterback position. And there's a timeout on the field. Austin, one thing I like about the All-Star game is everybody has the eclectic group of helmets and different colors of helmets.
Yeah, that's a great addition to the game. Everybody has their unique style and they're bringing from their team back home.
So I've seen some helmets and gear that I recognize, and some stuff that's really original. So I'm looking at McFadden's helmet right now.
McFadden has on a Shut helmet, yellow. It's very unique how he uses it now.
And now he has he also is one of those throwback Pittsburgh Steelers. Normally the Pittsburgh Steelers wear black helmets, but when they do throwback, they'll throw in the gold. He's got the Pittsburgh Steelers sign on there, and you know we're going to pay homage to that team with the lack of originality because of our good friend Walter Johnson, who is running our controls here. He's a big Pittsburgh man. So McFadden coming under center this time.
Screen to the left.
He throws it back to McClain. It looked like he wanted to pass. So it looked like McClain wanted to pass the ball.
Yeah, it looked like a double screen to the number 1 receiver. It must have been a mishap, a miscommunication between the teams.
So now we are 2nd down.
Pass is complete for a 5-yard gain, correction of 3-yard gain.
McClain advances the ball to the 45-yard line.
Defense in the even front look.
So McFadden hands the ball off.
Tevin Council.
To Tevin Council from Hamlet, North Carolina.
Short gain on the play.
Only picks up a few yards.
Tevin Council did a great job of getting his to break off a few tackles.
Council again off the right side.
Tevin Council on the carry. Ends up across the 40 near the 39-yard line.
Looks like it may be enough for a 1st down.
Brings up a 4th and short.
Wait a minute, the officials are giving an indication. They changed it over to a 1st down, Austin. So now North Carolina McFadden.
Outside zone. That was a great tackle by number 12.
Xavier Allen, the ball carrier. Loss of 2 on the play, second down.
Tackle was made by Shane Phillips Albert. He's listed as an athlete from Darlington, South Carolina. So now back in the shotgun is McFadden. And it's a quarterback draw only. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Austin, talk to us about how the quarterback draws are designed.
They're designed to throw off the linebacker as the quarterback drops back and looks out into the field and tucks the ball and runs. It looked like it was an outside zone type look with a wing back and running back to the same side.
So 3rd down and 10. McFadden, the signal caller. 2 receivers out to the far left. He also has a tight end in the game.
Rolling out to the left.
McFadden pass is incomplete. Going for his target, number 13, Cole Lineberger.
Cole Lineberger ran a slant route while the quarterback McFadden rolled out to his left.
So we hear McFadden, 4th down and 10. And there's some dirty laundry on the field.
False start penalty.
False start.
The offense. That's a 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty being assessed on North Carolina. Now that puts them back where it is 4th and 15. And North Carolina continues to go in at the receiver core. You've got Lineberger, you've got the slot of Eric Gladney, and you also have number 2, Brooks. And McFadden throws it up. And a heads-up play by the cornerback over there on the end. Austin, what'd you see?
It looked like the quarterback allowed the ball to drop instead of catching the interception, so they have better field possession on offense.
It's a good heads-up play by South Carolina, and now we have a change in field. North Carolina still leading with 4 minutes and 36 seconds remaining. It is North Carolina 8, South Carolina 0. All right, now, so there's some substitution that's coming onto the field. Herbert McNeil is also quarterback, receiving defensive back from Summerfield. Is coming in at safety for North Carolina. Boyd in at the quarterback position, direct snap, and is hit by a host of North Carolinians, led by number 24, Tavion Council.
Tim Boyd Jr. on the carry. Short gain on the play.
The defensive tackle had a great job of extending and attacking the offensive guard, being patient, allowing the back to come to him and making the tackle.
No gain on the play. 2nd down. You got a bunch backfield. Boyd gives the choice. Slips down, and Austin, I just predict as the game goes on and the rain continues to come down, difficult footing is going to be the name of the game here.
Yeah, the weather is a big factor in football games. The snap, how the ball goes, how the ball is thrown, how the ball is caught.
All right, so we'll be back with more hot action right here in the U Shrine Bowl of the Carolinas. Stay tuned. All right, Austin, we're back, and there's been a quarterback change. Grissom is back in the game, and we talked about helmets earlier. Talk about Grissom's helmet.
Grissom with a fumble on the play.
Recover.
All right, there's a celebration over here on the side with the fumble recovery. Ladies and gentlemen, he's got the belt. The turnover belt has been given out to North Carolina defender, and now North Carolina having the opportunity to come back and take advantage with the ball on the 35-yard line. And McFadden is calling the signal. Ball is given to 24. And Austin, that defensive line of South Carolina is pretty stout.
Council the ball carrier.
Yeah, they're very large in size. They're very strong. Number 99, Crawford from Dillon, South Carolina. And Jaden Paradise from Rock Hill, South Carolina.
So coming under center, we have McFadden. He gives the ball to Council. Council breaks the tackle, but he is not enough to get away from the pursuing defense of South Carolina.
Outside zone was ran, and number 78 could not reach the defensive end in time to hook him, which made the running back cut back inside, causing the linebacker to come make the tackle.
So North Carolina has some substitution coming into the game. Number 2, Shaquille Brooks, who plays quarterback and little running back, goes out to the far right. You have 13 Cole Lineberger and Gladney and Lineberger right there in the same. Lineberger is right there in the same area. But a great defensive play that time by South Carolina's choice. He's everywhere. He lines up the linebacker position, plays free safety, runs the ball.
The safety did a great job of attacking the ball, especially when the offensive receivers couldn't spread out, allowing him to play both receivers at the same time.
And the receiving team gets it 1st and 10 at that spot.
So the ball has been walked off for the rules in the All-Star game. Then on 4th down, you can elect to have the ball placed 25 yards on the opposite team's end of the field. And looks like South Carolina will take over 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Some substitution coming into the game. You got Jamari Jones, number 3. He's going to be playing a little outside linebacker. He has on the yellow shoes. You got to be special with swag to have on yellow shoes, Austin.
Oh, yeah, you do. He really stands out on the football field today.
Leading LaQuire, Austin again, coming in on the tackle. Also, when I look at the 3 down linemen for North Carolina and how they have them positioned, those are some pretty big dudes.
They are. They're very large.
Leland McQuire, I know he stands almost 6 feet, close to 300 pounds. And you also look, you've got Brandon Barnes, who's also there, and every now and then Caleb Shugart will come in. Back at the quarterback position is the Swiss Army knife. Boyd gets direct snap, gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Short gain of the play brings up a 4th down.
The outside linebacker is able to shed the tackle, allowing them to contain Boyd as he ran outside zone.
So Boyd looks like the guy they want to go to, Austin, when they want the dual threat quarterback and they need a guy to kind of run the ball and kind of give a different look. Seems that when they put Grissom in the game, they're looking to pass a little more.
Correction is 3rd down.
Very how they use Boyd's feet to allow him to make plays.
So we got trips out to the right.
And that's the end of the 1st quarter.
And we're ending the 1st quarter, and our score right now is North Carolina 8, South Carolina 0. You are watching 10 Web TV and the Youth Shrine Bowl of the Carolinas, the standard for youth football. We'll be right back with more hot action right here. Stay tuned. We're back. Boyd back at the quarterback position. He gives the choice. Boyd almost picks up his first down. Short just a yard or two.
All right, Austin, it is 4th down and 2. You've been in this situation lots of times. South Carolina back is up against the wall. They appear to be going for it.
The North Carolina offense has actually been doing a great job moving the ball forward.
So Boyd back at the quarterback position, gets a direct snap, jumps up in the air, and I don't think he's going to make it.
I believe that he's short. Leland LaQuire with a great tackle to stop the first down.
I mean, LaQuire showed some strength that time because Boyd leaps up in the air with a great thrust and trying to lean forward, but just not enough. And now the coach from North Carolina is putting together. Coach Metzger.
Make some noise for your North Carolina Ducks.
Coach Metzger is the head coach, track coach, and strength coach, and sponsor for the fellow Christian athletes.
So Coach Metzger gets his guys together. Now they're coming out. He's a great guy. I had an opportunity to talk to him several times, and we're just so thankful that these excellent high school coaches are taking their holiday break to come out and spend time to tutor young kids in a sport that they absolutely love. Back at the quarterback position. McFadden, he hands the ball off to number 2, Xavier Allen.
Hezekiah Rudisill-Smith on the carry. Michael Villanueva leading the charge on the tackle. 2nd down.
McFadden back in the position. North Carolina now has twin receivers out to the right. There's a tight end in the game. Eric Gladney instructing the slot to get back. We've got a fullback in the game as well. And the snap is mishandled.
On the play.
McFadden seems to be able to get back in there. Recovered on his own 27-yard line.
Good job of the quarterback McFadden following on the wet ball as the snap went back 5 yards.
Also, what do you tell young quarterbacks when those kinds of things happen, especially in this wet weather?
I tell them prepare for the wet weather. We know it's wet, but you have to take that. You have to take that play and move on to the next. The next play is the most important play.
McFadden did a great job too of jumping down on the ball versus trying to scoop it up. So also, we have trips to the right. Great job on the pursuit that time.
Quarterback sack. Lost all the way back to the 40-yard line.
For South Carolina, number 12, Shane Philip Albert from Darlington, South Carolina. I tell you, Austin, this has to be extremely difficult for a center to handle that ball every single time in these wet conditions. It hasn't stopped raining since we got here. And so it rained a little bit last night, which means the field was kind of soaked. So they're trying to do their best to dry the balls off. But what do you say to your center under these difficult circumstances?
I tell them to focus, think about your responsibilities. Me and my center we both have towels in the ball. So he keeps the towel on his back hip, I keep the towel on my hip, try to keep the ball as dry as possible.
So North Carolina selects the punt option. South Carolina would take over on down from their own 12-yard line. Grissom back in the game. He looks right left, and he is brought down on the 3-yard line.
That's great contained by the DN. Now
Darius Dow with a quarterback sack. Moss is back inside the 10-yard line.
And Austin applying some pressure that time.
It'll be second and long. Ball now on South Carolina 4.
That Leland is applying some incredible pressure. And so North Carolina currently in the 3-4 defense. South Carolina comes out twins on both sides of the ball, and the ball is given in advance up to the 6-yard line.
That run gave him a little cushion to get out of the end zone a little bit. That was a great job by the running back and the offensive line creating a new
Timeout, South Carolina.
So we have timeout in South Carolina with 5 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the second quarter. I'm Alan Hooker with Austin Hooker at the Youth Shrine Bowl battle at the Carolinas. We'll be right back with more hot action right here from Greenville, South Carolina. All right, we're back with more action. Boyd back in the game. He's giving South Carolina their sole first down. Now he's getting pressured in the end zone. He jumped, trying to get the ball to Choice. Pressure was applied by Sugar. Also on the coverage for North Carolina.
Boyd used his feet to extend the play to allow his receivers to get open a little bit longer. Great that he got out of the end zone and threw the ball away, preventing the safety.
Heads up play by Boyd. That's a lot of football IQ there. And so North Carolina's coming in, and I'm going to tell you right now, Coach Messer takes every opportunity to pull his guys together with his assistants. You know, to give you a little idea about who Coach Metzer is, he has worked with Special Olympics, volunteered from 1991 to now. He's the president of North Carolina Football Coaches Association. He's also a member of the American Football Coaches Association and the USA Football National Team head coach for 15 under 2012 and 18 under 2013. And his team is now back on offense, and McFadden dials up something big, and it is picked off at the 4-yard line. Austin, talk to us a little bit about the development of that play.
The corner stayed on his hip and man during that play and reached up and grabbed the ball at the top of the point, at the peak. The quarterback threw a 50-50 ball, giving them both an equal chance, and the corner happened to make a play on the ball.
Good job. So now we're looking at South Carolina wants to dial up something, and so we're looking over here at Coach Parks. Coach Parks, who also has an extensive career in coaching, but this is his 3rd year as the head coach at Ridgeview High School. And he's a graduate of Coastal Carolina out of Conway, South Carolina. And he's ready to dial his guys up, and he has his man, Boyd, at the quarterback position. And it's given to Choice, and Choice bounces it back against the grain off the left side of the line, and he has some room.
That was a great bounce back by Choice. Cutting it back, seeing the flow of the defense, the flow of the linebackers, cutting it back, making the 2 guys fit the stiff arm, and getting them out of the back of the end zone.
You know, Choice Austin is kind of a team leader here, even though he's only been here 4 days. When they did the chant, they called a swag award last night. Choice was the leader of leading his team in the chant, in the middle of the chant, and did a good job right there showing leadership by getting on the outside.
I love seeing great leaders on young teams. It all reflects as a man when you get over.
So Boyd switching Choice over to the other side. Now Choice comes back to the other side. Bunch formation. And Boyd attempts to get outside. He outran linebacker. Choice just simply outran Lineberger to get to the outside. And then once he got there, he avoids the tackle from McNeil.
Great job, boy. Using his speed to
Correction, that is quarterback Boyd on the carry. picking up another first down for South Carolina, and that's their third on the day. All right, and so Austin, even though South Carolina's picked up a chunk of yards, even though this is just their third first down of the day, they seem to have momentum. The momentum is shifting in their direction.
Momentum is very important in football. That was a great burst of plays, a great burst from the 5-yard line down to the 40-yard line. As long as they contain their momentum, they'll do something very special in the Super Bowl.
So it looked like Coach Parks, and one thing he tries to do is give every kid an opportunity to play in the game, and that's what these games are about. But right now it looks like Boyd has the hot hand, so he's still going with Boyd. And I'm telling you, Choice chopped to the right side, and that was a little bit of Le'Veon Bell when he was with the Steelers. Just a little wait to your time, and then he explodes and he bursts and he keeps it pushing. But that run is going to be negated. There is a holding on the play. Offensive line got a little bit of their jersey in there. And Austin, you pointed Choice out earlier in the week. What were some of the reasons that you thought that he would be a special kid for this game?
I can see during the game, during the practices, how his legs move and the way that he runs the ball is great strength and great vision. And he has the will to get the first down, the will to score the ball.
The holding penalty places South Carolina back to the 50-yard line. Grissom back in the game at quarterback. And he has a man on the coverage, was number 3, Jamari Jones. For North Carolina, and we'll see what the call is going to be. Legal use of the hands. Pass interference on offense. Austin, they place pass interference on offense, not a call you often see. But what did you see on that play?
I saw how they both got hands on the balls in the air. I also saw the quarterback.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct against South Carolina.
He didn't come out of his way. He tried to throw the guy on and give him a chance, and have him leave.
And you know, that call could have, it's kind of so blatant because they made the contact, the official had to make the call, but it also could have been a situation where the ball was considered uncatchable. But the official made the correct call, and now South Carolina is being pushed back to their own 20. First down, first and 52. First in next century, Austin, almost. Grissom brings it out to his big receiver. He puts a juke move on, and he's run down the sideline, Austin, and he picks up almost 31 yards.
Choice coming out the backfield to reach the corner, making a great block on the receiver screen.
Great first second. Hands them across midfield down to the North Carolina 49.
I love the hustle in that play. Now they have a chance to get the first down. Hope is up. Momentum is moving.
Big play that time. Now they're back in business. Now it's second down and about 20 with a pickup of 30 yards. Grissom, and he looks again on the right side. just overshoots his intended receiver. Looks like that's Boyd out there. You know, he's the Swiss Army knife. You may find him in all kinds of positions.
Pass is incomplete.
Timing was off a little bit with the quarterback and the receiver.
So some of the coaches were talking about the composite ball versus the leather ball. And they like the leather ball in inclement weather more so than the composite. What's your preference?
I prefer the leather ball as well. The composite ball can be slippery in wet weather.
Because the water just doesn't absorb in there, right?
It layers on the outside and it's harder to grip the ball.
Grissom rolls out to his left. Does not get away from number 24. Council.
Kevin Council on the quarterback sack.
Council with great pursuit. Put his head on his outside shoulder.
Lost his back to the 47-yard line.
When tackles are made and the head is on the outside shoulder, it's harder for them to push the tackle. The offense usually takes off first time.
Kevin Council from Hamlet, North Carolina. So South Carolina prefers the punt option, and North Carolina will take over. First down. North Carolina will start on their own 28-yard line. So McFadden comes under center. And they count a little flea flicker.
It looked like after the handoff, he was planning to throw the ball back to the quarterback on a quarterback screen.
Rudisill Smith looked like he was going to throw it back to McFadden. It's going to be well designed. You have some misdirection going.
They had the left guard and left tackle block for a second and a half and then release. And they were looping back around to block for the quarterback, McFadden.
And so there's a holding penalty. Going to push North Carolina back to their own 15-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 25. Tell you what, neither one of these coaches are short on imagination. They got a whole lot done in 2 or 3 days to be able to get some kids into some flea flickers and some basic package. And
these are top-notch coaches with great imagination. They're doing a great job today.
Yeah, and they know how to make the game fun for kids. McFadden, Rudisill Smith is pulled down in the backfield.
Number 50.
Michael Villanova.
Michael Villanova did a great job of attacking the outside shoulder of the blocker.
So now South Carolina has a 4-man front. Austin, which basically means they shift from the 3-4 to a 4-4 now, and now you see North Carolina. We have trips out to the left side. You have Lineberger, Gladney, Rudisill Smith, and McFadden rolls left.
McFadden's pass is incomplete.
The attempted receiver was Lineberger. Cole Lineberger out of Conover, North Carolina.
It seemed like in the trip they ran the flood concept. They have one deep route, another quick out, and a deep out. All to the field of the ball.
And so now it is 3rd down. Both of these teams are battling under slush conditions. McFadden, he finds Gladney. Gladney with the catch. Will advance the ball to the 20.
McFadden's pass is complete.
Eric Gladney the second. completes the ball. Not enough for a first down. So North Carolina will choose the punt option. Gladney, we spoke to earlier.
Even though they didn't get that first down, they got at least 5-6 yards giving more yards to the front for this South Carolina offense.
That was a good route that time by Gladney. Turn his shoulders, great feet, catch the ball, ensure that he secured the ball in this slippery condition.
The game now becomes more mental as the weather includes into the game. You have to be mindful of how you move your feet, how you cut, because one step can mean you falling or can mean you running the other.
But at this particular age, playing in the mud, playing in the rain, I mean,
it's fun.
Isn't it fun? I mean, you have some disadvantages, but you see the kids sliding out there having a good time.
Me as a child, I always loved snow games. Just to fall in the snow, make a tackle in the snow. Now my hands get too cold. So I don't like it that much.
Now North Carolina is in their three-man front, a 34 defense. Swift armor knife. Mr. Boyd is back at the quarterback position. Takes the snap and immediate pressure from Sugart.
Sugart with a great swim move to get to the quarterback. But Boyd, the Swiss Army knife, using his feet to escape and gain a extra yard or two.
You've talked about Sugart in our pregame. And tell us what you like about Caleb from Rockwell, North Carolina.
I like his height. He has great size. He really attacks the football. He comes off the ball.
So a 15-yard penalty is applied on the previous play against North Carolina, giving South Carolina a first down at North Carolina's 29-yard line.
My head coach, my high school coach, Johnny Boykin, always says that the team with the fewest amount of mistakes wins the football.
And Johnny Boykin would be exactly right. Into the game now is Grissom. Little miscue, and I can imagine when you're throwing a wet ball, sometimes it doesn't quite go where you want it to go.
It happens. The receiver ran a great route against the coverage, against his cover 3 coverage. Because of the slippery ball, it was hard for the quarterback to lead him and throw the snap. Behind him.
His intended receiver was Chase Simmons. Chase, who had the earlier catch for a big gain. Grissom in the backfield with Choice. The snap, and he zips it again to Simmons, who was having a difficult time being able to adjust to the ball that's just not quite on the mark.
A way you can adjust to the ball is warming up on the sideline frequently when the defense is on. That's a major thing, and preparing for the game, leading up to the game, having drills with the ball, throwing the ball while it's wet.
So we have another quarterback change. It's 3rd down and 10. Boyd, the signal caller. You can almost imagine what's about to happen. With Boyd, he finds his receiver. The ball is tipped off like it's taken away from Rudolph Smith, I believe. Hezekiah Rudolph Smith. I'm sorry, that actually was Herbert McNeil. Leading the choir again, applying pressure. And here we go. He's going to get the turnover belt. There he is, McNeil. Out of the Greensboro, North Carolina area. Summerfield is the suburb of Greensboro, North Carolina. We can say that, right?
Yeah, I really say that.
Herbert is a tremendous athlete, has a lot of skills. He's playing defense today, but he also has played quarterback for his teams in the past.
Helping his teammate McGuire with the pressure on the quarterback.
McFadder hits it to Gladney. He puts on the move. The first man hangs on.
McFadder's pass is complete.
That was a great move, especially in this type of weather.
I tell you,
field condition.
Gladney, one step away, he would have been able to show his speed. That kid gets up 3 days a week at 6 a.m. and goes and works out at Prolific Park, home of NFL receiver and Super Bowl winner Ricky Proehl. McFadden rolls out to the left side. He's got a man, but overshoots his intended receiver.
That was a great quarterback. Him, the quarterback being patient, but he couldn't finish the play.
So I've seen these quarterbacks on the move a little bit, even in the slush weather. How difficult is that to be able to get out on the corner and still make a ball on target?
It's pretty difficult. Taking the angle, the right angle, and not being able to keep your feet is very hard for rolling out. But it's great how these young quarterbacks are rolling out to the field and being able to throw the ball with time.
McFadden with 3 receivers up top. Direct snap to the quarterback. He dashes in, cuts back to the right side of the field, breaks several tackles. Ball comes out, but after McFadden was down, nifty run.
Watching the floor of the defense.
And that will do it for us into the first half. It is North Carolina Tar Heels 8, South Carolina 0. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more halftime stats of this great competition between the 7th graders of North Carolina and Sandpipers of South Carolina. All right, so we're back for second half action. I'm Alan Hooker with Austin Hooker, the senior at Ragsdale High School. Austin threw for 31 touchdown passes this year. Here volunteering and serving with the young kids. And the ball is kicked off to North Carolina, number 2.
Kick is returned up to the 36-yard line with a
Sorry, number 3, that's Jamari Jones. Jamari Jones had that special swag with those shoes, Austin.
Oh, yes, he does.
He's been ordering off Amazon, you think?
Oh, that's the site to go to. Amazon, eBay. Even Ross does this.
Ross does have good cleats. All those parents out there who are trying to provide for their kids want to make sure that you have more than one pair of cleats. Ross will let you have Nikes at an excellent price, under $20, man. McFadden, the signal call under center, gives to Rudisill Smith off to the left side. And he is met by a host of tackles from South Carolina.
That's great that the defense came to the ball, swarming to the ball.
Hezekiah Rudisill Smith on the carry. Short gain on the play. Tackle made by a host of South Carolina defenders.
So, Austin, the story for the first half actually has been penalties. North Carolina leading with penalties, almost 100 yards in penalties in the first half. McFadden, quarterback sneak on the touch, but nobody from South Carolina was fooled.
3rd down.
That defensive line of South Carolina is stout. They're pretty strong. They played pretty well. They weren't fooled that time by McFadden coming off of the snap. So we got twins out to the right side. McFadden hands the ball off to Council. And, man, I'm telling you, South Carolina is flying around.
They're playing great football at the moment. Coming to the ball, swarming to the ball.
It'll be 4th down, North Carolina.
The D-line to the corners.
Ryan Hutchinson, linebacker from Fort Mill, South Carolina, in on that play. He is somewhat of the leader oftentimes from that linebacker position. And so it is. They're punting it, and so now South Carolina's offense
And the Tar Heels will punt.
is preparing to come on the field. Also, let's talk a little bit about this. It gives the advantage where, is this something you think the game of football would be going to, where some of the special teams are eliminated out of the game, where you start looking at the concussion protocols and a lot of injuries that come happening on special team. And I know you did a special report for your senior project, and we'll come back to that. But I want to talk to you a little bit about concussion protocols and what happens in the league. You got.
It's interesting how they do the play for the youth, taking some of the contact out of the game. I think it's a great idea, but I don't think it'll happen.
And that's a great run by Choice. He's slung down by Lineberger.
Takes it across midfield down to the North Carolina 43-yard line, and it'll be another. South Carolina, first down.
South Carolina earns their first down of the half. Ball is now placed on the 48-yard line. So you got Boyd in the backfield, along with Choice. They're playing with a fullback, and there's the inside run, and they pitch it back to Boyd. And it's Rogers, number 7, comes back and applies a block to free up Boyd. The officials are going to call that as a block in the back. But then there was a face mask on Boyd by Michael Herbert McNeil. And Austin, I don't know if that play was by design. It sure looked good.
It did look good. That was great to extend the play and to get first down when it looked like they were 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
But you know, when young kids are having fun. So we have offsetting penalties,
targeting,
personal foul,
blindside block against the offense,
a blindside block against the offense. And so it will be South Carolina's ball on their own 35-yard line. So it's first down.
So after the penalty, it'll be first.
Blindside block.
And long, South Carolina. Ball
Charles against South Carolina.
Looks like Boyd is in that wingback. Grissom is a quarterback at this point.
So they have 2 wingbacks in the game right now, and there's a timeout call. South Carolina not liking what they see. And so we are here with 6 minutes and 23 seconds. The Tar Heels are still leading the Sandlights 8-0 right here in Greenville, South Carolina. We'll be right back with more middle school action. Grissom back in the game. He throws the ball to number 2. He has the room. He's going down the sideline. Knocked out of bounds by McNeil. Pass was thrown by Grissom.
Pass is complete.
Tyler Williams from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Tyler Williams.
The game is all the way down to the North Carolina 30. Good enough for another. South Carolina. First down.
And so the ball is now marked on the 30. Boyd back in at quarterback. He rolls to his left. Has a man. He's hit while he throws. And the ball in pursuit. Lineberger and Swan battling for the interception.
In those cases, they have to
require
ball
pressure on the play.
To say, oh, I got the ball, or you got the ball when it's those type of obvious picks.
I tell you, the change of pace that time. Normally when Boyd comes in the game, you're going to see him run off tackle, quarterback sweep, quarterback drive. Now, at that time, he rolled out left, and he was hit as he throws. Had a man, but because of the ball floated in the air, gave time for North Carolina to get there and pursue. Now, Troy swings back around. Choice is that kind of athlete where he can change direction, but the footing was just not in his favor today with all the rain coming down. Not able to stick his foot in the ground and accelerate, slips and falls. Tremendous loss, puts the ball back on the 44-yard line of North Carolina.
In these type of conditions, you must be able to keep your feet under you. Another way to prevent slipping from poor field position is your cleats. Specific cleats help dig into the ground more. Screw-in cleats is a way that I personally wear during wet games to prevent slipping.
Great point. Great point, Austin. So the flag on the play.
Illegal substitution against South Carolina. 5-yard penalty. It remains 3rd down.
So South Carolina has a man to slip onto the field. The officials assess a 5-yard penalty. It'll be a repeat of 3rd down at the North Carolina 49-yard line. Grissom calling the plays in his Dallas Cowboy replica helmet. One of the best I've seen out here in the All-Star game. And Grissom, he chucked it down the field, has a man, it's Boyd, and the ball is complete at the 25-yard line.
Boyd Jr.
That was a great job.
Gain is down to the 26-yard line. It'll be 4th down.
So it'll be 4th down. Looks like it's 4th down territory. Perry Parks is dialing it up. Coach Parks has spent some time in Georgia, being named the head coach at Lakeland High School in his hometown of Sumner. After 2 tough rebuilding seasons at Lakewood, Coach Parks and his staff made great strides in the last 3 years, leading the Gators to the 2nd best record in school's history and state playoff berth. And so there's you got Boyd running off to the left side, not able to convert. Down there is big number 90, Naquavion Davis from Scotland Neck, North Carolina. You know, there's some good cooking down in Scotland Neck, Austin, I'm going to tell you. And I believe Mr. Davis has had his share. This young man is a massive individual and is only going to get better. So North Carolina will take over.
And North Carolina will take over 1st and 10.
1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line. I'm sorry, from their own 24-yard line. Three minutes, 9 seconds remaining in the 3rd. McFadden gives to counsel, and I'm telling you, it looks like a rugby match. Everybody from the offense is pushing, and everybody from the defense is pursuing.
That South Carolina defensive line is really giving
7 counts to the ball carrier.
Really
Doing the 3 of the play, 2nd down.
line of scrimmage, pushing the line of scrimmage back.
All right, McFadden calling out the signals. Ball given to Compton. The ball popped up. There's a fight for it. It's preliminary indication says South Carolina. The official comes in. South Carolina recovers the ball on the North Carolina's 35-yard line. And there appears to be an injury on the field. It looks like Rogers maybe had his leg bent back a little bit while he was down on the inside of the play.
Yeah, it looks like it. He's ripping off his beard. Definitely looks like a leg right knee.
During this week of work, you were a fan of Rogers. What did you see out of him?
I saw great speed out of Rogers coming from safety and from kickoff return. That's one of the main things I saw. He has great pursuit towards the ball, and he has great ball hawking skills. He's able to find the ball in the air and pursue to it.
Illegal procedure against South Carolina will push them back 5 more yards. Be first down and 15 from the 40-yard line. Looks like Coach Parks is trying to dial up something. 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Boyd calling the signals. Ball is snapped, given to Choice to the right side. He is met with intense force by the left side of the North Carolina defensive line. It'll be second down.
Great job by the defense creating that first contact, allowing the rest of the defense to swarm to the ball.
Good job for South Carolina, comes back out. Twins to the right. Boyd sprints out to his left. He runs past Rudison Smith, and he's brought down by McNeil.
Tim Boyd Jr. on the carry. He takes it across the 35, down near the 31-yard line.
McNeil's one of those tremendous athletes. Long, has fantastic potential, a fan of the game. He plays multiple positions. And, you know, sometimes when you have kids who come into this kind of situations where they're used to playing one position an entire time, and then when they get here and the coach says, okay, we're going to move you from quarterback to free safety. McNeil's the kind of kid where he said, okay, coach, wherever you need me, I'm going to do whatever is necessary. Grissom back in the game at quarterback, throws a screen, and a great play by Lineberger.
Way to attack his feet and to take out his legs during that tackle.
Cole Lineberger, linebacker defensive end out of Conway, North Carolina. You know what, Austin? He is from the same hometown as Caleb Farley, who was the starting defensive back for Virginia Tech, played in the Lenore Conway Conover area, and he's a fan of Caleb. Matter of fact, when Caleb played in the Shrine Bowl, he came out and assisted with these kids. He had an opportunity to meet him. Great kid, great family. So I'm just impressed with the way that the Shrine Bowl ambassadors have gone out and identified top kids in this area.
They do a great job of searching for players, for kids to come play in these Shrine Bowl, youth Shrine Bowl, and the regular Shrine Bowl.
All right, so we shift over to the fourth quarter. The Tar Heels are hanging on to a thin lead, 8-0, for the Sandlappers to be able to remain in this game, Austin. They've got to score a touchdown and then successfully go for 2.
Yeah, the tie the game, they must go for 2. They've been doing an actually great job on moving the ball. There's some mishaps happen here and there, fumbles from the conditions. I believe that they keep their momentum, they will probably score and 2.
We got Grissom back in at the quarterback position. Coach Parks have been doing a good job keeping North Carolina off balance, especially that heavy pressure they're receiving from their defensive line. They will require. You also have Caleb Sugars. You got Damari Lassiter. And that ball is picked off by Rudison Smith. Wait a minute. Correction. I think that was Jaquil Brooks.
Pass is intercepted. And the Tar Heels will take over 1st and 10. Make some noise for your North
The Tar Heels will take over 1st and 10. that he's receiving the turnover belt. And see, the fabulous thing here in the All-Star game, we imitation is the greatest form of flattery. We want to imitate the big boys. The big boys give out a prize also when you get a turnover.
That's from Miami. Miami with the turnover chain. They have 4 or 5 turnover chains. It's great that they did this in this All-Star game.
Council still on his feet toward the outside, a pickup of 8 yards.
Him staying low and keeping his shoulders squared allowed him to keep pushing and gain the extra yards and almost getting the first down, if not getting the first down.
Positive yardage on first down is always a plus. So also when you play and you get that kind of yardage on first down, what kind of options are you thinking about for second down?
The second down, we really want to get something quick in second and short, try to get the first down so we can build on the next possession, on the next series of plays.
Okay, we'll see what North Carolina downs up. McFadden comes in under center. 2 backs in the backfield, split backfield, and he gives the ball to Council again, and he dives up front, and often, just like you said, hit something quick, get up front field, get a first down.
That was a great kick out by number 90, the tackle, allowing the running back to cut it back and get the first down.
Quavion Davis, who we talked about a little earlier, did a great job. And that offensive line that they have, whoever inherits these young men are getting a strong foundation. Yeah. Fadden under center. Council is net. We talked about both of these teams have fantastic front lines. You got Crawford, number 99 for South Carolina. You also have Ethan Sims, who does a good job out of Lexington, South Carolina, and Hunter Taylor. These guys are anchoring that defensive line for South Carolina. So we have 8 minutes. So as play resumes, 7 minutes and 44 seconds. In fact, hands off to Council. He puts a move on the outside, but he is run down in pursuit.
Again, that's swarming South Carolina defense.
Ladies and gentlemen, I direct your attention to the south end zone. Standing there is Mr. Rashad Jackson, former Shrine Bowl player. He's also a former defensive end for Clemson University, and also a former defensive end for the San Diego Chargers. He's standing with Athletic Director Marcus Wall and Rashad Jackson. Put your hands together for Shrine Bowl alumni, Mr. Rashad Jackson.
Rashad Jackson here visiting the young kids here in Greenville, South Carolina. And it's always good for those role models like that to give back and come and show up and show their support.
First and 10, North Carolina.
First and 10 for the Tar Heels. Tar Heels with a new back in the backfield. Lineberger gets his touches.
Cole Lineberger on the carry.
It looked like a power play where the guard pulls from the right
82 on the play, second down.
Kicking D lineman.
So Austin, we talked a little bit earlier about second and short. Now we've got second and long. As a quarterback, what are you thinking of dialing up?
As a quarterback, I'm thinking of something 10 yards or 8 yards.
Fumble on the play.
To get a little bit closer to that third and short.
So I don't know if that was an ill-advised snap that time. Also, if it just slipped out of the quarterback's hands. You talked a little earlier about preparing for wet ball games. What do you do at this time? All the towels are wet. All the balls are wet. You come in under center.
At this time, it's all about concentration. Everything is in your mind. If you believe and you think that the ball is not dry and that I can throw the ball in any conditions, everything will be fine. It's all about concentration.
So here we are. It is third and long. North Carolina on South Carolina's 28-yard line, and it's McFadden.
McFadden on the keeper. Takes it down to the 25.
and it takes it down to the 25-yard line. So now there's a decision that needs to be made from North Carolina. Coach, who you have an 8-point lead. Do you pin them back inside their own 5-yard line, or is it 4-down territory for you and you pursue to get the first down?
I would pursue to get the first down and to take this offense out of the game and make it a 2-possession game instead of a 1-possession game. I wouldn't give Coach Parks and the rest of the offense another chance to go score the ball.
So Austin, tell us a little bit about Coach Metzer.
Coach Metzer has been coach at Wesley High School. He was also Southern High School, Louisville in Kentucky, and Father Lopez High School, Daytona Beach. Poolsville High School down in Poolsville, Maryland. Pleasure Ridge Park High School, also in Kentucky.
And so he's been up and down the East Coast. He's had a plethora of experiences. He went to Holy Cross High School in Kentucky Wesleyan for college, and also got some graduate work at the University of Louisville. And so we're just pleased to have him here in the great state of North Carolina. He's done a fantastic job in his career, and in 2018 he was the U.S. Cellular National Coach of the Year. He's the leader all the way around, and we're just thankful to have him here in our game, coaching up the 7th graders, trying to pull out a win. And if North Carolina can hang on, the tradition will continue. Those who win the scrimmage lose the contest.
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty being assessed.
So there has been an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty assessed against South Carolina, giving an automatic first down for North Carolina. Now, North Carolina deep into the red zone. Austin would still have the opportunity to get a first down.
That's big. That's very useful for North Carolina and their offense.
North Carolina has been coming out non-traditional. I like to call it, Austin, because most high schools today run shotgun 90% of the time. But they've come out in a wet, slippery condition going under center and being extremely effective.
They're very smart. That's taking out part of the game of snapping from the center, snapping 5 yards, now snapping 1 yard, preventing fumbles.
And so the give is the Lineberger. And he is met by a host of tacklers.
If you have a vehicle that's blocking
Number 50 for South Carolina,
that gives access to the field, please return to your vehicle.
Michael
and move it
Villanova.
at this time. Once again, if you have a vehicle that's blocking the access gate to the field, please return to your vehicle and move it now.
Villanueva,
Tow trucks are on
White
the way.
Hill, South Carolina.
So please return to your vehicle. If you are blocking that access gate leading into the field, please return to your vehicle and remove it now.
So the clock is moving. North Carolina is killing clock. They are taking their time and getting their play together. We haven't said his name a lot, but Gabe Hensley has been real instrumental from Asheville, North Carolina, in anchoring the line for North Carolina. And now the ball is given to Rudison Smith. And Austin, I know that's what you like. You like the slide. Let's hit and slide some out here in the mud.
Oh, yeah. That's a great time. I'm glad that these guys are having a great time and having fun out here in the Shrine Bowl experience.
Third down.
So, Rudison Smith on the carry. Loss of yards.
This is a real turning point for the game as this third down comes on. All the fans, all the parents are standing at attention, waiting to see what the outcome of this possession will be.
And I don't know if they're standing at attention for the outcome or that their seat is wet. But But for whatever reason, you're right. They are standing there at strict
Maybe a
attention.
little bit of both.
So it's shotgun. And a great snap by the center. And McFadden breaks several tackles.
McFadden on the keeper. Tackle in his backfield by a host.
Loss of yardage that time by McFadden. It's going to push it down.
South Carolina, the defensive line is having a great day today.
Ball is on the 22-yard line. South Carolina's 22-yard line is North Carolina hoping to kill the clock. It's 3 minutes. They're taking their time, getting their plays off. Letting the clock, Mitchell letting the clock run down now all of a sudden. McFadden is walking over. He walks over and requests a timeout. Timeout North Carolina, and it is 8-0 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and North Carolina is driving. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more of the highlights right here in Greenville, South Carolina, the Youth Shrine Bowl. Right, we're back with more live action. Alan Hooker alongside the youngest member of the family, Austin Hooker, senior quarterback at Ragsdale High School. McFadden rolls to the right. He finds a man. He throws it up 50-50 ball.
McFadden's pass is incomplete.
And that ball was targeted for McNeil
It'll be first and
from
10,
Somerville, North Carolina.
That was a great ball and great call by North Carolina in their offense, giving that guy a chance to go catch the ball during this turning point of the game. It just happened to come up short.
I'm impressed with these coaches giving great confidence in these young kids to throw the ball in wet conditions. And that was an excellent ball that was thrown.
It was.
And McNeil almost came down with the catch. So South Carolina will take over on downs. And so Grissom is in the game, and he is the kind of kid that's poised to try to bring this team back. Ball is thrown and caught. There's a little dance move out on the corner. He stays in bounds.
Across the
21-yard line. Across the 21-yard line, and down again is another player.
South Carolina.
Looks like it's Rogers. There's a pickup of 6 that time to Chase Simmons. Chase has been a steady hand receiver. He's out of Columbia, South Carolina. So we're going to pause for a break here as we tend to our young athletes. We'll be right back with more highlights and more game action here at the Youth Shrine Bowl. We're back. Live action right here from Greenville, South Carolina. Grissom, the quarterback, slings it out to Boyd, the Swiss Army knife, and he finds some room. He's forced out of bounds. At the 38-yard line.
Great job
Pass
getting the
is
ball
complete to Tim Boyd Jr.
They can't let him do something
Let him make the plays.
I tell you, they're finding some secrets here, and
He takes it up
I'm
across
impressed
the
with
35 to
Grissom's
the
ability to
37
be able to
line.
get that ball out
It'll be another
in
South
these wet conditions.
Carolina. First down.
South Carolina hurries to the line to try to put this drive together. Grissom call out the signal. He lets it go.
Pass is incomplete.
And I tell you, that is some product of the elements out here today, because we know the kind of strong arm that Grissom has, and that ball just floated up in the air because he just couldn't get the grip on it.
I see the coaches continually to wiping the ball off with their towels. Hopefully it'll make a difference in this football game.
So North Carolina, as you see them now, they switched to a four-man front. McNeil coming down, covering the slot. And they design a little slip screen, but the conditions out here makes it real difficult for them to be able to cut and make quick steps. So now it's third down. So now Boyd comes to the sideline, talks to Coach Parks. Going back in at the quarterback position. 2 minutes, 9 seconds
long, South Carolina.
remaining. It is third and long. Boyd has Chase Simmons out to the far right. Choice in the backfield. And Boyd lets it go. And he has Troy Simmons there, but the ball hangs up in the air. Great defensive play by McNeil and Lineberger. Those gentlemen are ball hogs today.
Applying pressure.
Way to get
Right
the
up the
ball
middle.
by McNeil and to reach up to the ball's highest point to knock down that deflection.
And also there goes that man again, Leyland LaQuire, bringing forth great pressure. And we're going to go to a quick timeout break while our teams converse on what the next steps will be in the next 2 minutes. This is Alan Hooker with Austin Hooker, New Shrine Bowl. We'll be right back. Fourth down, South Carolina. Boyd goes to his right. He has a blocker out front in Choice, and he is tackled short of the first down by Mr. Sugar, number 78. Also assisted is Damari Lassiter from Hopkins, North Carolina. And North Carolina will take over on downs.
A great defense leading to a change of possession, taking the ball out of the offensive hands while they wind down the clock.
So it's a minute and 52 seconds to go. North Carolina takes over. And also, with all intended purposes, one first down. We continue. I think South Carolina only has one timeout remaining.
The offense, they're trying to make the defense use that last timeout to convert this first down to wind down the clock.
Counsel to the right side, and he's still breaking tackles.
It's a great gain of yards.
Strong run, pickup of 7 yards.
Counsel on the carry.
Make that correction, 6 yards. Ball will be marked down on the South Carolina 36.
we're probably not going to see any passes on this possession. Probably all runs to keep the clock moving and to kill any type of completion to stop the clock. See the quarterback taking the time going to the line.
I agree.
The play.
Yeah, they're taking their time. It's under a minute left. Council again, the workhorse. So the game clock almost matching the play clock, which means they really don't have to run another play. 23 seconds on the game clock. They may have to do one snap because there's 1 second difference on the play clock and the game clock.
That appears to be the last play of this contest. Our final score, North Carolina 8, South Carolina 0. Stay tuned to game number 3. The Tar Heels call timeout with 2 seconds left.
So there was a 2 second differential, play clock, game clock. So South Carolina calls a timeout in order to avoid the penalty. And now we'll go to the victory formation. And you see the running backs are protecting the quarterback. He takes the snap, takes one knee, and North Carolina walks out of here with a victory. Tar Heels 8, Sandlapper 0. Great contest, great preparation by both coaches. I am Alan Hooker.
I'm Austin Hooker.
And we are signing off. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Stay tuned for more hot action.
The 7th grade MVP from South Carolina, Mr. Tim Boyd. The 7th grade MVP from North Carolina, Mr. Xavier Allen. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the entire Youth Shrine Bowl organization, my name is John Allen, your PA announcer. Thank you so much for battling the weather and participating with us this year at our Youth Shrine Bowl. Parents, you can pick your kids up at the gate nearest